Welcome back to my Transformers Prime episode reviews. Today we're taking a look at the episode Alpha/Omega.
I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end.
In this episode, Megatron turns the tables on the Autobots when he creates his own magic sword to counter Optimus's. This episode picks up where the last one left off, with the Decepticons in full retreat.
We Decepticons now face our darkest hour.
And Optimus receiving a message from Alpha Trion.
So you speak to me from across the ages.
I tilt my head back, my eyes rolling to the back of my head, my mouth slack, and I groan. The pressure is building slowly, inexorably inside me. Oh my.
So Optimus picks up this legendary blade, then it glows and speaks to him? I wonder, does that make Alpha Trion the Phi, or Phi, however you want to pronounce her name, to the Star Saber's Master Sword? Somehow, I don't see Alpha Trion dancing around like a figure skater in a short little dress and fishnet stockings. Although, if anybody wants to draw that, I'd be more than happy to take a look. By the way, Alpha Trion is voiced by George Takei, who you may remember also voiced Yoketron in Transformers Animated. And much like that role, he is perfect for this one.
Oh my. Oh my.
Alpha Trion leaves Optimus with a final message.
What was the message?
It is paramount that we recover the final 4 Iacon relics, the Omega Keys.
This idea of the Omega Keys and the Omega Lock is ripped straight from Transformers Cybertron, where the goal of that series was to collect the 4 Cyber Planet keys from 4 different worlds in order to unlock the Omega Lock and use its power to revive Primus, aka Cybertron, the Transformers' homeworld, and their creator.
Our worlds are in danger. To save them and the galaxy, we must find the 4 Cyber Planet keys before the Decepticons can use them for evil.
I am so glad to see an idea from the Unicron trilogy reused in this show. We learned that the Decepticons have relocated their space bridge to the dark side of the moon.
The dark side of the moon is hidden from prying human eyes.
Tell that to the humans in the 3rd Transformers movie. What was it called again? Oh, right. Literally Dark of the Moon. Although I doubt we'll find Sentinel Prime and the Ark on the moon in Transformers Prime. Back on Earth, the Autobots are planning what they'll do once they return to Cybertron.
Remember oil baths? First thing I'm gonna do planetside is soak for an entire solar cycle.
See, I knew girlbots like hot oil baths. You know, I bet Transformers have an equivalent of an onsen on Cybertron, where it's hot oil instead of hot water. I'd love to just relax in one right now. The Autobots are saddened by the thought of leaving their human partners behind.
We could always text them.
Yeah, but think about the long distance and roaming charges, Ratchet. Doing so from another country is bad enough. I can't imagine what kind of crazy prices they'd charge for interplanetary communications. Ratchet reminds us that Bulkhead used to work in construction. Kind of fitting considering his animated predecessor's friendship with the Constructicons. And once the war is finally over, that's exactly what Bulkhead does in the TV movie Predacons Rising. Back on board the Nemesis, Megatron is prepped for surgery.
I shall induce stasis.
No! I wish to bear witness as you attach my new appendage.
If you're certain that's what you really want.
Like nothing I've ever desired before, Doctor.
I knew it! Megatron is... Oh, a hand. Right, of course. Never mind what kind of appendage I was thinking of. Back at the Autobot base, RC and Smokescreen head out to secure the first of the keys.
After you, sir. Ma'am. Commander?
This should be interesting.
Huh. I didn't know that RC was non-binary. Commander Ultra Primal. That kind of does have a nice ring to it. On board the Nemesis, Megatron puts his new appendage to use as he grabs his hammer. I swear I'm not trying to make it sound dirty. Okay, yes I am. But I guess that whole prophecy about the power of the Forge of Solus Prime can only be wielded in the hand of a Prime was quite literal. By the way, apparently Megatron's new hand originally belonged to Liege Maximo, another one of the original 13. Although it's weird that it's a maroon color, considering that Liege Maximo is usually green. You know, what with him basically being the Transformers version of Loki. Aww. Now I want there to be a Liege Maximo miniseries on Hasbro Plus.
At long last, the power of the Primes belongs to me.
I guess Megatron collected all the toys in that line. Although, ironically, there was not a Megatron toy in Power of the Primes. Maybe he's going to make his own toy. So, Smokescreen and RC arrive at a familiar looking sight, the Great Pyramids of Giza, which were also featured in Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. And I like how RC gives Smokescreen reason to be careful.
I've already lost 2 seasoned partners. I don't need a rookie on my scorecard.
Not gonna happen. Elite Guardsman's honor. Wait, you lost 2 partners?
After retrieving the first Omega Key, RC and Smoke are greeted by Megatron with his new toy, the Dark Star Saber. By the way, this too is something from the Unicron trilogy. Sort of. While there was a dark version of the Star Saber in the toy line, simply known as the Dark Saber, not to be confused with the one in Star Wars, it never actually appeared in the cartoon, just as repaints in the toy line. But again, it's cool to see them recycling some ideas from the Unicron trilogy. And much like Optimus's Master Sword, Star Saber, Megatron can do a spin attack and unleash a dark energon beam at his foes. I guess that means that Megatron is at full hearts as well. So Optimus and Megatron wave their swords at each other, releasing blast after blast, until they finally come together and grind them against each other.
That is what she said.
No, but seriously, they have a pretty cool but brief sword fight as Optimus's Star Saber is shockingly shattered by Megatron's blade. Seriously, you'd think that a weapon forged by one of the actual original 13 would be made of sterner stuff.
Die-cast construction. It's a lost art.
I guess time had aged the blade and weakened it. Or maybe Optimus should have visited some sages or springs to strengthen the blade before trying to use it against Megatron. Luckily, Optimus is rescued by Smokescreen and his signature item, the Phase Shifter. They return home with the first key, but it's hard to call it a victory when the Star Saber is lost. Haha, get it? Victory? Star Saber? Probably not the time. But with the balance of power shifted once again, the Autobots are more determined now to reach the other keys before the Decepticons do. Well, this was a great episode of Transformers Prime. Again, I like that they pulled some inspiration from the Unicron trilogy for these final episodes of this season. Overall, this was a very dense episode, full of story, drama, and action. In particular, I'd like to point out RC in this episode. Her defeated look at the end says a lot. The fact that she just lost another partner, or at least she thinks she has, and that she is completely outmatched by Megatron. She just seems to have given up and is waiting for Megatron to finish her. Honestly, I feel like there should almost be another episode here about RC dealing with her trauma. But I guess it's fortunate that Smokescreen did survive. Otherwise, it would have been really tough on RC. What about you? What did you think of this episode of Transformers Prime? Let me know down in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and do all that other fun stuff. And I'll see you back here next time for the next episode of Transformers Prime, Hard Knocks. See you then!